What's better than a great superhero portrayal? A great supervillain portrayal. So in case you couldn't tell from that intro, today I'm counting down my top 10 supervillain portrayals. Just to be clear, these are only portrayals in live-action superhero films. So no Syndrome, no Mark Hamill Joker, no whatever the villain is in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Alright, enough nonsense. Let's get to the list. Number 10. Tom Hardy as Bane.
If I pull that off, will you die?
It would be extremely painful.
You're a big guy.
For you.
Spoiler alert, there are going to be a lot of Batman villains here. I found out the hard way that a lot of people love The Dark Knight Rises. I'm sorry, it wasn't my cup of tea. I liked it, but I definitely didn't think it was as good as the other two. However, Tom Hardy gives an amazing and very modern portrayal of Bane. This is a character that could have gotten very goofy very fast, since in some incarnations, this is literally a hulking beast of a man, as we saw a bit of in Batman and Robin. This Bane showed the more methodical side of the character, which worked perfectly with the Nolan Batman films. Now, Bane would be higher on this list if it wasn't for his voice. I'm sorry, but half the time, I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Jesus cost to your strength.
Number 9. Hugo Weaving as Red Skull. Alright, unpopular opinion here, but I love Captain America the First Avenger. I honestly think it's the third best Phase 1 film, only behind The Avengers and Iron Man. I know a lot of people don't like it, and that's fine, but I do. And one of the best parts of the movie is Hugo Weaving as Red Skull. By the way, doesn't it seem like Hugo Weaving plays someone in every big movie? Agent Smith, V, Elrond, Noah the Elder. In this movie, he's great and convincing as an evil dude who wants to watch the world burn, and also for some reason doesn't have a face. Anyway, if you haven't seen the first Avenger, I highly recommend you check it out. Number 8. Terence Stamp as General Zod. Before I get into this, I'd just like to give Michael Shannon an honorable mention, because he did pretty well. However, I gotta give it to the OG Zod, Mr. Stamp himself. Now, yes, nowadays this Zod might seem a bit cartoony, but considering the movie he's in, that really shouldn't be surprising. Stamp does a great job of portraying Zod as a ruthless alien who thinks he's above everyone else, while also having one of the best accents in superhero movies.
Kneel before Zod.
Number 7. Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe is one of my personal favorite actors, and watching this movie, it almost seems like the character was made to be played by Dafoe. Seriously, he looks like the Green Goblin without the mask. The only things that are keeping this one from getting higher on the list is A, the fact that the character does seem a little cartoonish at times, and B, the actual Goblin mask is more or less just a green motorcycle helmet. But besides that, this is pretty spot on. Dafoe also nails the dual personalities of the Green Goblin and Norman Osborn. Number 6. Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Yep, told you there'd be some Batman villains. Alright, so Anne Hathaway was pretty good, Lee Merriweather was pretty good, and Halle Berry we shall never speak of again.
Game over. Guess what? It's overtime.
Oh dear God. Anyway, the one person who truly made Catwoman her own was Michelle Pfeiffer. She's cunning, mysterious, intriguing, has that iconic outfit, and really was the type of villain that Michael Keaton's Batman hadn't seen before. Sure, there was that part where she licked Batman's face, which, yeah, I'll be honest, that's a little weird, but everything else pretty much makes up for it.
Meow.
Number 5. Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus. Yep, here's the best of the best as far as Spider-Man villains go. Spider-Man 2 is easily the best Spider-Man movie, and a big part of that goes to the villain. I know there are the Venom and Green Goblin fans out there, but I'd say Doc Ock is my favorite Spidey villain. Alfred Molina does a great job of not just making the villain some jerk, and actually making the audience feel sympathetic for him. This makes the scene where, spoiler alert for Spider-Man 2, Dr. Octopus kills himself to save the heroes that much more emotional. Number 4. Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul. Alright, another kind of unpopular opinion. I consider Batman Begins and The Dark Knight as good as each other. I know in my top 10 superhero movies video, I put The Dark Knight above Batman Begins, but more or less they're at the same level for me. And rest assured, the villain is one of the main reasons. There are actually a few villains in the movie. Scarecrow, Falcone, but the best one is Neeson as Ra's al Ghul. Also, I know it's a bit of a spoiler, because in the beginning he's just Henry Ducard, but then towards the end it's revealed that he's really Ra's al Ghul, but come on, the movie's 10 years old. I'd just like to mention that I really like Liam Neeson as an actor, so that might have influenced him being so high on this list. But you gotta admit, the dude's great in the movie. He plays it calm, collected, with an aura of sophistication and mystery around him that makes him one of the best Batman villains out there. Number 3. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Here's something I discovered when making this video. The MCU is pretty dry on memorable villains. You got evil bald guy, evil red bald guy, evil bald guy with a cool hat. However, there is one villain who's charismatic, fun, and best of all, has a full head of hair. Tom Hiddleston, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood. Sure, he's got Loki, the upcoming King Kong spinoff, and that movie, I think it's called Crimson Peak. But besides that, considering what an awesome actor he is, Hiddleston isn't in enough stuff. As Loki, he steals every scene he's in. Thor: The Dark World was bumped up a notch simply because of Loki. But seriously, filmmakers, get Hiddleston in more stuff. Number 2, Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto. Just something to note here. X-Men casting 98% of the time is the best casting ever. Magneto is no exception. Ian McKellen was born to play this, and also Gandalf. McKellen kills it as the foe of the X-Men, and honestly is one of the best parts of the original trilogy. Alright, before I reveal my number 1, which is totally not obvious at this point, here are some that didn't quite make the cut.
Tell me something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Mind over muscle.
Would you like to see my mask?
I am not a human being! I am an animal! Cold-blooded!
No! No, the other thing. Come on, I know it's just dangling out the tip of your tongue. Let me hear it just once, please.
Superman will never.
Wrong!
You're a lucky man. He's not. Who? Your driver.
Number 1, Heath Ledger as the Joker. Yeah, I know it's the cliche choice that everyone picks, but there is a reason for that. There isn't really much that I can say here that hasn't been said before. It's iconic, it's crazy, it's fascinating, it's just so interesting to watch. One of my favorite things about this Joker is when he's telling his story about how he got his scars. The first time, he launches into the story about his father being an alcoholic and all that.
My father was a drinker.
But the second time, he starts talking about his wife, and how she wanted him to smile more.
So I had a wife who tells me I ought to smile more.
And you slowly realize that it's all made up. There's no logic to it. The Joker is a complex character, and many people have done him well. Romero, Nicholson, but no one has done it as well as Ledger.
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. Ta-da! It's gone.
So those are my favorite supervillain portrayals in live-action film. Did you agree with me? There's a 90% chance the answer to that is no, so leave your top picks in the comments. Click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like the one you just watched. Oh, and also, I'd just like to mention, in my last video, which you can check out by clicking the box to the left, I mispronounced Guillermo del Toro's name. I'm sorry, I'm not the best in the world with those kinds of names. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.